back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Oh, that looks so nice. Oh, gosh. I didn't want to see that. Hello, everyone. My name is Jen, and welcome back to another update to, yes, that being Homestuck 2. I'm still laughing at the whole, starting off the video saying yes, because of that silly little, oh gosh, what's the word I'm looking for? That poll I did. That poll that I did for both on Twitter and on YouTube, where I'm like, how should I pronounce the title of this series? And people were like, and I'm like, should it be Homestuck 2, Homestuck Squared, or yes? And everyone said yes. And I love that about you guys. I love putting, like, little humorous bits into a fandom. I love not taking fandom, like, any kind of fandom that seriously and having fun with it. That's why I'm glad that I got, like, as much views as I did on, like, that update video, like here's what happened last time in Homestuck 2, because it just seemed like a lot of people understood that. They understood, hey, you know what? Jen's just having fun, making fun of something that normally people would over on Twitter, so this is great. YouTube's great. Twitter is awful. Anyway, last time we got to hang out in Meat Space, but we got to hang out with one Dave. It looks like this time we're hanging out with another Dave. Yeah! Okay. We're gonna be back on the spaceship that's heading towards... Well, do they even know where they're heading? Does someone just have, like, they must have some sort of, like, tracking device in, like, Dirk's spaceship for them to be following after it. Yeah, I can't really think of anything else to say. I'm wondering what's gonna happen this time round, so let's go. Chapter 12, really convoluted metaphorical horse crap. Yes, this gif. They're just hanging out on a washing machine. Okay. In the bowels of a different ship at a moment in time that is not quite pinpointable in either direction from the previous interaction, another Dave raps quietly to himself. I don't know who the flower is in this case. Crap, what if I'm the flower? So, Dave. No, hold up, that makes no sense. I gotta rewind back to the beginning. Are you gonna keep mumbling to yourself, or can't... Oh, sorry, what? My Carcat voice might be a little bit more hoarse than usual today. Because reasons. Sorry, what? I was just thinking through some really convoluted metaphorical horse crap. Yeah, that was pretty evident. My bro. What were you saying? I think he's trying to say my best bro. I was saying I thought we might go, I don't know, anywhere else on the entire ship while the clothes were washing. Seeing as this decrepit machine we're so blessedly provided with makes a whirring sound so pan-chafingly arrhythmic that it threatens to eradicate the entire concept of tempo from the universe. And yet somehow basically all that has happened since we started the load is that you've been using it as a messed up beat to whisper to yourself about flowers too. At this point, I'm either going to need you to speak up or to follow me the heck on out of here, because this is excruciating. It must have been weird for them to be like, yes, we put a load of wash into the... What did you say? We put a load in the... It's a load gaper? No, it's not a load gaper. Click. Subtle change. Oh, okay, fine. I'll do the first one. Great. Turn up the flower talk volume. So, Kanaya was telling me this kid's story the other day about this dude who didn't cherish a flower enough until it pieced out to do flower stuff. IDK, it's not pertinent to the story. Except the flower was a person because it was a metaphor? Yeah, like you said. Really convoluted metaphorical horse crap. Really convoluted metaphorical horse crap. Yeah. Anyway, what goes down in the story is that once the flower lady is out of the picture, the main character goes around making all these connections between her and everything else in the universe until every single thing feels like a symbol for how he's screwed up and how he will never see her again.
This seems pretty intense for a kid's story.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I said. Yeah, children's media is a lot deeper than you think. But I guess it's not so much what the story was technically and textually about, but more like the version of it Kanaya internalized and then told me when we were talking about how she misses Rose. So, like, now I'm taking the story she told me she was projecting her feelings onto and projecting my feelings on top of that. This is just one big game of emotional projection telephone, so feel free to go paraphrase it to Roxy later and make it about whatever thing you're currently missing.
Your ability to get to the point?
Got him. Anyway, you're not gonna have to miss that skill of mine for long. Get ready for this because I'm about to slap you with the point so hard you'll fall butt first into the washer. Just scrambling around in there, getting all sudsy, but your brain is gonna get blasted from the mind freak of the point I'm about to make that there won't be anything left to clean. Are you ready? Carcat, you haven't made any kind of comment about how you're ready in the last few seconds, so
yeah, Dave, drop this bomb on me.
Okay, thanks. So it's generally cool that... So it's genuinely cool that Kanaya can go around creating meaning that may or may not actually be present in every little thing, connecting every feeling she has to the idea of her wife existing out there. So I told her she should keep that up. But I'm having the opposite issue where I'm struggling to find anything that be kind of tether... Okay. But I'm having the opposite issue where I'm struggling to find anything to be that kind of tether because every single thing I could possibly consider about what it is we're doing just reminds me of yet another thing to be afraid of. So if you were looking for a more concentrated point, the real point that's the point simmered in its own juices into a perfect point reduction. Here it is. Everything sucks. Everything sucks, huge cosmic donkey sack, and I'm terrified. Hey, it's 2020.
Okay, I feel like you skipped a couple necessary steps in your point clarification process. I'm going to resist the urge to continue your reduction metaphor even though I have some inarguably good crap lined up for it, because I'm afraid of us getting too far off track here.
Okay, but were you going with sweet or savory, please? Give me that much at least.
Yeah, it was gonna be Sunday based.
Nice.
Yeah. Do you watch more... You want to watch more GBBO after this?
Absolutely. Great British Bake Off? Absolutely.
Great. Anyway, like I was saying, for the love of sweet human Christ, please back up to whatever the heck you're actually scared of. Also, come here, idiot.
We having some Davekat issue? Yeah, Davekat issue. Here we go. Oh yeah, this is a better position to unleash all my inner fears and anxieties from. So, like I said, I talked to Can about it some, and it's not like we've not talked about it either, but I don't know. Those times it's like my mouth were saying words about the situation wherein our friends were AWOL and maybe dead, but my brain wasn't fully letting me experience the emotion that goes along with them. Man, it's like I can't even start genuinely thinking about how afraid I actually am for Rose and John without my brain flipping its wad and whiting out. Like, I hope they're okay. Now I better make a joke before I succumb to the gaping mouth of despair waiting for me to fall in it as soon as I look down and acknowledge that it's there, ogling how juicy my butt looks when it trembles in terror. Then, if I think about either of them, then it's only a matter of time till I have to think about Dirk, too. It's an if you give a mouse a cookie situation, but instead of more snacks, it's just a layer of fear for my loved ones. And with Dirk, it's... Whew. I guess I'm just screwed up about how to worry about Dirk and to be angry at him at the same time. Because if I get as unholy angry at him as I sometimes want to be, I also got to admit to myself that maybe I could have done something different there. Like if we kept up... Like if we'd been... Okay. Like if we'd kept up better, maybe there would have been a point along the line where I could have said the right thing somehow and he'd... IDK... Not stolen Rose away on some nightmare family trip, forcing us to accept the fact that he's our enemy now and chase after him for an unreasonably indeterminate number of years. Also, like, and this, by the way, adds a whole layer of guilt on there that I don't even know how to reckon, but even with all that, all the stuff he's pulled, and the fact that we're more or less heading towards having to take him down, whatever that's gonna mean, or whether or not he's planned it like that, me and him have come so far with each other, and it was really cool for a while to have him and I don't wanna hate him. Welcome to the fan base. Welcome to the fan base. Welcome to the fan base, where it feels the writers are trying to make you hate people for no reason and making really serious steps and moral boundaries, trying to make you feel angry. Anyway, Dave exhales. Karkat waits.
Is that all? I'm poised on the precipice of reassurance with my counter rant locked and loaded, but it feels like you've got more stuff you're holding back on.
Yeah, I got another thing.
Well, then quit picking at the seam of my shorts and spit it out. They're barely hanging on the definition of shorts as it is.
Okay, it's just the part I mentioned before about how we really have no clue how long this trip is even gonna take. I can't help but feel like it's barely getting revved up. And for me and Roxy and Jade and Callie and Can, that's normal at best and boring at worst. But we all have our immortality to thank for that. We can just screw around in space for near eternity, waiting to catch up with our friends who may or may not be our enemies now, and it'll be fine. I mean, no, it'll be categorically miserable, but we'll survive it.
Hold the heck on.
But you,
Dave.
No, let me say this. We don't talk about it much, and I got stuff to say about it. It's not like I never thought about how you're mortal before, but I just thought we'd be able to figure it out before it mattered. Come up with some kind of plan. I was just distracted being happy with you, I guess. Oh, I didn't think up a way to fix it. And now thanks to Dirk, we have to work it out right the heck now, 'cause I can't spend this trip just sitting around watching you get old and die. We don't know how long Karkat's particular blood color lasts. So let's see. Let's go down the list. So Roxy and Dave are god tier. We already had that discussion with Aradia last time, where she basically was like, oh yeah, we just stop aging after a while. But when we're adults, so that way it doesn't get awkward that we're all like 13 years old for the rest of our lives. They like wait until like they hit about maybe their 20s or something. And then they stop the aging process. Same with Jade, though she also has like the whole like dog tier thing going on. So who knows how that works out. Callie, we think her species just kind of lives like almost eternally. Though if they have like a whole life and death cycle sort of thing, well, if they have a life cycle, that means they have a death cycle. So that's a thing. And Kanaya, well, again, we don't know how long her particular blood color lives for, but they're a hardy bunch, I assume. But yeah, Karkat, does he have the age span of a normal human because he's got the human blood color? That's still 80 years, so who knows? I still don't like this whole idea of like the living forever sort of thing, because it doesn't make sense. Because if the Trolls universe was created in like the same kind of spurb game, what happened to their god tier players or their sprites or anything like that? And they weren't there. Anyway, moving on to the next page. I'm sorry. Sad face. Dave grappled with the clean, soggy consequences of the passage of time. Ding! Laundry day, see you there, under things tumbling. Okay. Also, Karkat's horns are bright frickin' red. That's not orange. That is red. Okay. Oh, okay, one sec.
Okay, so I was with you for a while there, but I have to lodge a stern absolute nope on the last part, dude. First of all,
I'm totally ready to hear you out on this one, but can you, like, move your legs?
Oh, yeah, no problem. Sorry, man.
Yeah, no worries. And No. Get out of that mind zone. Trash. Okay, go on. Yeah, those are bright freaking red horns. Look at those. That is not troll orange. That's bright freaking red.
Okay, it's so... Like I was saying, I get you on the first part. It's not like I'm new to the particular mood beast wrangling event of someone I previously loved brutally turning on me and leaving me to try and cram my feelings about the situation back together on my own. That is unequivocally... dang it. Okay. Let's try piecing this word together slowly. Unequivocally. Unequivocally. It's like equivocally, unequivocally. Okay. That is unequivocally a screwed up and complicated emotional place to find yourself in, but I don't think you need to be over there making it more difficult by blaming yourself for the fact that emotions themselves are hard to pin down. I'm not saying we handled everything, or really even most things, on Earthsea perfectly, but also you did not single-handedly put Dirk's poofy shorts butt on that ship. He did that on his own, and we made the choice to go after him on our own. Okay, now to the part I take some major offense to. I was following your little trail of cookie crumb fears until it led to the big snack finale of worry about my fragile mortal meat sack. If I have somehow not been clear about this with you yet, let me go ahead and rectify the situation right the heck now. Hanging out with you on this long trip of who the heck knows is quite literally the happiest I've ever been in my entire meager existence. I'm so absolutely blissed the heck out of my mind to be able to look into your stupid, immortally smooth human face skin every day and not have a complex about it. Look at me, Dave. I'm safe. And yeah, okay, it's nowhere near perfect, you're right. And I'll be straight with you, it's not like I haven't been experiencing some complicated guilt myself. The fact that I'm having the time of my life just chillaxing and being in love and space is clearly incongruous with the reason I'm actually here chillaxing to begin with, and I'm not letting myself forget that either. But I resent the implication that my happiness is registering for you as you having to just sit around and watch me get old, because I know you know it's more than that. Like, geez, Dave, you know I'm afraid for you too, right? Or did you forget the whole heroic death thing? I worry about losing you fairly regularly, so I'm not saying stop being afraid, because clearly this is a situation that necessitates a reasonable amount of fear, but I'm not the only one needing to be worried here. It's like this. One, we've been through so much hellacious pan-warping trauma that I refuse not to enjoy this when I finally get it, no matter how long it may or may not last. Two, it's not like we're doing nothing. We're moving, we're working, we're heading specifically to a place where we will undoubtedly endure yet more hellacious pan-warping trauma. And three, we're doing that because we have friends who we care about that need us. That's our focus here. Not our fear. It's about the people we have to save. So don't worry about me, Dave. I'm fine. I sense red flags. Did you just red flag Carcat into dying sometime in the future? Here we go. Either that or Dave's gonna die. One of these boys is gonna die. Dave is still afraid. There's a part of him that will always be, he thinks. He has accepted this about himself. There is another feeling coursing through him, though, too. It's something he felt before, though never quite so intensely. He looks up at Carcat and understands viscerally the simple power his words have. They pump through Dave's own body, alive and warm and true. Blood! He wonders if Carcat realizes it, or if he's just, as always, saying what he feels as he feels it. Dave does not attempt to dissect it further. There will be a time for that later. Kath. And that's all for this one. But yeah. Okay, so that's a thing. We basically covered the whole immortality thing. I guess some people were upset about that, or they perceived people to be upset about that. I don't know. I'm not on Twitter looking at all these conversations. I'm not on social media hardly in general, because social media is garbage these days. But I wasn't too worried. I didn't feel the need to be worried. But yeah, the whole mortality thing. Yeah, it's a thing that exists. I wish they just didn't upload on a Sunday.
Oh well. Gotta do this quick work. I've got a phone call to catch later on today. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and reading along with me. I will see you all next time, whenever that is. Not sure if, like, the next update for next month's gonna come out before or, like, after the Laurel Leaflet. But the Laurel Leaflet's Homestuck related, so you can look forward to that. I know a lot of people are, like, on the fence, if any, with the Laurel Leaflets and don't watch any of them. Which is a shame. Wonder how they're gonna feel after I run out of subjects for Fridge Stuck. Anyway, thank you guys all for watching. See you all next time. Bye!
Hey there. Consider becoming a patron, just like the phenomenal Bleed Red, Alexander Madeline, Uranium Coffee, and Ryan Nelson.